Did the Trump administration just make a power play that will have lasting effects on public health? Or is this simply a pragmatic move to fill a critical void? Before we dive into the latest developments that have the political world buzzing, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in U.S. politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow and ensures you don't miss any of our in-depth analyses. Now, let's talk about a significant development within the office of the Surgeon General. Stephanie Herodopoulos, who holds a key position within the office of the Surgeon General and who also happens to be married to Republican Congressman Mike Herodopoulos of Florida, is set to temporarily assume the duties of the Surgeon General. This is happening at a time when the Trump administration is still actively working to secure a permanent nominee for this crucial role, a position that carries immense weight in matters of national health and public well-being. The news comes via a delegation of authority from Assistant Secretary for Health Admiral Brian Christine, MD. This means that while a permanent pick is still pending confirmation, MS. Herodopoulos will be the one calling the shots, at least for the time being. This appointment isn't coming out of nowhere. Ms. Herodopoulos is already a top staffer within the office of the Surgeon General, indicating a level of familiarity and involvement with the office's operations. However, the fact that she is the spouse of a sitting congressman, a Republican from Florida, naturally injects a significant political dimension into this interim appointment. What does this mean for the country? The Surgeon General is often seen as the nation's doctor, a leading voice on public health issues, from combating epidemics and promoting preventative care to advising on policy for everything from mental health to opioid addiction. Having someone with deep ties to the legislative branch, even indirectly through marriage, in this interim role raises questions about potential conflicts of interest, policy priorities, and the perceived impartiality of the office. Is this a strategic move to ensure continuity and experience while a permanent selection process plays out? Or does it signal a more partisan approach to public health leadership? The context here is crucial. The Senate confirmation process for presidential nominees can be lengthy and often contentious, especially in a polarized political climate. It's not uncommon for administrations to use interim appointments to keep government functions running smoothly. However, the specific circumstances surrounding Ms. Herodopoulos' role, particularly her familial connection to a member of Congress, are likely to invite scrutiny. We need to consider the implications for the independence of the Surgeon General's office. Will policy recommendations be viewed through the lens of political expediency, or will they remain firmly rooted in scientific evidence and public health best practices? This situation also highlights the broader challenges in appointing qualified individuals to high-level government positions. The search for a permanent Surgeon General has clearly been an extended one. This interim solution, while perhaps necessary from an operational standpoint, brings its own set of potential complications. It's important for the public to have confidence in the individuals making critical health decisions, and that confidence is built on transparency and a clear absence of perceived political influence. Who is affected by this? Ultimately, every American is affected by the direction of public health policy and the credibility of the office of the Surgeon General. This appointment, temporary as it may be, sets a precedent and shapes the narrative around public health leadership. It's essential to examine the qualifications and experience Ms. Herodopoulos brings to the table, beyond her current role and her marital status. We need to understand her vision for public health and how she plans to navigate the complex challenges facing the nation's health landscape. The possible outcomes are varied. On one hand, an experienced insider could provide stable leadership, ensuring that ongoing initiatives continue uninterrupted. On the other hand, concerns about political entanglement could lead to increased public distrust and potentially impact the effectiveness of public health campaigns. The administration's approach to this interim period will be closely watched, and the eventual confirmation of a permanent Surgeon General will be a significant event. So what do you think about this complex situation? Is Stephanie Herodopoulos the right person to temporarily lead the office of the Surgeon General, or does her connection to Congressman Herodopoulos create an unacceptable conflict? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one. This is a story that demands our attention, and we'll continue to track it closely. Until next time, stay informed.